is Julia, and today I'm going to be talking about 6 YA books I didn't like. So I'm sorry if I offend anybody with this talk. Quite a few of these books are popular YA books that have had a lot of hype around them. These are just my opinions on these books. Obviously, your opinion is not always going to be the same as my opinion, so this is just kind of a little disclaimer of sorts. The first book is going to come as a surprise for a lot of people, and I have talked about me not really caring for this book, and that is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This is one that I tried to read and just could not get into, and I ended up DNFing it a little more than halfway through it. So I do think that I will try to read this again at some point in time, but as of right now, it's not something I'm interested in reading. Just in my opinion, it didn't really have a lot going on. The world seemed really cool, but I didn't really get really involved in the characters. Now, I think that this book is more of a character-driven story, and I'm more of a plot-driven kind of person, so that could be why this book really didn't catch my attention. Next is Frostblood by Elly. This has been pretty popular here on BookTube. I've heard a lot of people say that they liked it. Now for me, the biggest problem that I had with this book was that the guy in this book was really mean to the girl, but for some reason they fell in love, and that just really bothered me. I don't like the message that sends to young readers. I think that the whole be mean to girls and then the girls will fall in love is a bad message to send to boys too. It's just, I didn't like it, and it kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. The story in this book, I kind of liked the concept of it and the magic element in this, but overall, there were just some problems in it that I didn't really care for. Next is one that I read quite a long time ago. I think I read it before I even was pregnant with Lincoln, so it was probably over 3 years ago, and that is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. And this one I didn't like because there was a lot of cliche in it. Again, this is one that I did like the idea of the story, of the kids having different powers and being locked in a sort of concentration camp and breaking out and whatever, but I didn't like the characters in this. I just really didn't care for the characters. I thought it was like traveling. So much of the book was them traveling to where they're going, and I don't like that in books. I don't like when they spend an enormous amount like traveling and there's just not a lot going on. Like that bothers me in books. I don't know why, but whenever I start reading a book and then they're traveling for a good amount of the book, I don't usually like to finish it because I know I'm not gonna really care for it. There was a book like that, but I did end up liking this book, and that was The Kiss of Deception, where they traveled for a good part of from the middle to the end of the book. I didn't like it, but there was still stuff going on that made it worth reading, and that one there wasn't. So next is another really popular book, and that is Heartless by Marissa Meyer, and I feel like there wasn't enough different in this book. Like, I read another Queen of Hearts retelling, and it's The Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes, and I really enjoyed that one because she put a new spin on it. And the other one, Cheshire Isn't a Cat, the Mad Hatter is her brother, and I just liked the different elements in it. Now this, I feel like Marissa Meyer pretty much took a story that's already been told and retold it. I mean, I guess that's the point, but I mean, like, it's the same story, and I don't know, I just didn't really like Cass's character. I thought she was kind of annoying, and there were some things in this that just really bugged me that I'm not going to say because I'll give away the story if you haven't read it yet. And I have tried to read some of Marissa Meyer's other things, like Cinder. I tried to read that and I just couldn't get into it, so I just might not be a Marissa Meyer kind of person, but I am still going to try to read some of her other books because I know there's something that people see in Marissa Meyer and her writing, and I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it, guys. Don't give up a hope on me, because I'm gonna try. Next is a book that I had really high hopes for, and it just wasn't what I expected, and that is The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron. And this one I felt like had a lot of potential. The story, again, was super cool, or the idea of the story was super cool, and how everybody's memory gets wiped every certain years, and they carry around these books to keep track of things that are going on, but people keep changing things in other people's books, and that really interests me. But this book was so slow. It was so slow the whole time. I mean, seriously, it did not pick up till the last few chapters. And those last few chapters were pretty interesting, but who wants to read 350 pages of boring and then 50 pages of exciting? Not me. I do not. And the last book I'm going to talk about is Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes, and this was disappointing to me. This book was. I didn't really care for the characters in this book. I thought that Magnus, I didn't like the whole, this is I don't know if this is really a spoiler, probably not, but maybe. So if you haven't read this book and you don't want a kind of sort of spoiler, then turn this off for like 20 seconds or skip forward 20 seconds. So the whole thing with Magnus having feelings for his sister thing really weirded me out. I mean, I get like it's a different time period and stuff, but I keep reading these books with incest in it and it's weird to me. Like, I don't like to read about that and I don't understand why it's in books. But now I did end up reading the second book and loving it, the second book. But this book, just, there wasn't anything happening in this. And I'm guessing that you all can kind of see a theme here with these books, and it's that if there's not a lot of action, it's mostly character driven, then I'm probably not going to really care for it. I like action, I like things that pop up that you didn't expect, and I like interesting characters, and I like a plot that is gonna carry you through the whole book in a matter of a few days. Like, I like to be able to have my attention grabbed and then be pulled through the book really fast because it's just so good I can't put it down. That's just me, that's just how I like my books. And so anyway, yeah, the second book was really good. So, and I mean, you have to read the first book to read the second book, so I do recommend reading it just so you can read the second book because I really like the second book. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe if you're not already. If you haven't, go check out my book subscription box website down below. It'll be launching here in August, and there will be a coupon down below for 50% off your first box, so you don't want to miss out on that because you have to subscribe before August 1st in order to get that coupon. So I only have a few boxes left, so you're going to want to hurry and subscribe before they all run out. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!